Here is the strangest finding in all of sleep research. The harder you try to fall asleep, the longer it takes. That is not a saying. It is a measurable effect, and it has been replicated for decades. People who are told to fall asleep as fast as possible take longer than people who are told not to bother, which means the thing you do every night, lying there trying, may be the exact thing keeping you awake. Welcome to Sleep Metrics Science, where we cut through the noise and look at what the sleep data actually says. I spent 15 years working inside hospital data systems, and that work leaves you with one reflex you never lose. When someone makes a claim, you ask to see the measurement. So when I started seeing 2-minute sleep tricks all over the internet, the military method, the breathing patterns, the mind hacks, I did what I always do. I went looking for the actual studies, and what I found was a strange split. The most famous methods have almost no real evidence behind them, and the methods with the strongest evidence are boring, unglamorous, and almost never go viral. By the end of this video, you will know what a normal time to fall asleep actually is, why trying harder backfires, how the viral methods hold up when you grade them honestly, and a simple protocol you can run tonight. Let's start with the number nobody tells you. Sleep researchers measure something called sleep onset latency, the time between lights out and actually falling asleep. For healthy adults, normal is somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes, not 2 minutes, not 30 seconds. 10 to 20 minutes of quiet wakefulness is a healthy brain doing exactly what it is supposed to do. And here is the part that surprises people. Falling asleep the moment your head hits the pillow is usually not a superpower. Consistently dropping off in under 5 minutes is one of the classic signs of sleep deprivation. The system is so starved for sleep that it takes any opening. So the mistake I see people make is treating 15 minutes of lying awake as a malfunction. They check the clock, they sigh, they start trying. And that word, trying, is where everything goes wrong. Falling asleep is one of the only skills in your life that works in reverse. Effort makes it worse. When you try to force sleep, your brain treats it as a performance. And performance means arousal, a faster heart rate, more alert brain activity, more monitoring. Am I asleep yet? How about now? Every check is a little jolt of wakefulness. Researchers have tested the opposite approach, and the results are almost funny. In studies of something called paradoxical intention, people with insomnia were told to get into bed and gently try to stay awake. Just lie there, eyes open, no effort to sleep. Many of them fell asleep faster than the people who were trying. Because the moment sleep stopped being a test, the pressure that was blocking it disappeared. This is why watching the clock is so destructive. Every glance turns the night into a scoreboard. You are not resting anymore. You are losing. Keep that mechanism in mind because it is the lens we need to grade the famous methods. First, the military method. Relax your face, drop your shoulders, exhale, clear your mind, and supposedly you are asleep in 2 minutes. The origin story is that fighter pilots learned it during the Second World War, and after 6 weeks of practice, 96% of them could sleep anywhere. Here is the honest grading. That number comes from a 1980s self-help book, not from a controlled study. There is no published trial of the military method, none. It is a relaxation routine with a great backstory. Probably harmless, possibly helpful, completely unproven. Second, 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. The direct evidence here is thin, a handful of small studies. But unlike the military method, the mechanism is real and measurable. Long, slow exhales activate the calming branch of your nervous system and lower heart rate, so it will not knock you out in a minute, but as a way to dial down arousal, it earns a place. Third, the cognitive shuffle. You picture random, unrelated objects, a violin, a sandwich, a canoe, one after another. This one actually has research behind it, and the idea is clever. Random imagery occupies the exact mental machinery that would otherwise be worrying. It scrambles the broadcast. Studies on imagery distraction show it can genuinely shorten sleep onset for busy-minded people. So the scoreboard is almost backwards from the view counts. The most famous method has the least data, and the least famous one has the most. Now for the unglamorous methods with the strongest data. Number 1, engineer the temperature drop. Your body falls asleep on a falling core temperature. A warm shower or bath 1 to 2 hours before bed sounds like it should heat you up, But it does the opposite. Warming your skin pulls blood to the surface, and when you step out, your core temperature dumps heat fast. Pooled studies suggest people who do this fall asleep meaningfully faster, on the order of 10 minutes for slow sleepers. That is a bigger, better documented effect than any viral trick. Number two, stimulus control. This is the method sleep clinics actually use, and it has decades of evidence. The rule is simple. The bed is for sleeping. If you have been awake for what feels like 20 minutes, do not keep lying there trying. Get up, go somewhere dim, a chair, a reading nook, and do something quiet and boring under a warm lamp until you feel sleepy. Then come back. It feels counterproductive, and it is the single most validated behavioral treatment for falling asleep faster. You are teaching your brain one association. Bed means sleep, not struggle. And number three, protect your wake time. I used to think a strict bedtime was the discipline that mattered. The research points the other way. A fixed wake time, same alarm every day, even after a bad night, is what builds sleep pressure on a reliable schedule. Sleep in on Sunday, and you have quietly stolen the pressure Monday night needed. The bedtime can flex. The wake time is the anchor. So here is exactly what tonight looks like. 90 minutes before bed, take a warm shower or bath. That starts the temperature drop. As you wind down, keep the lights low and the screens dim. Get into bed only when you actually feel sleepy. Heavy eyes, drifting attention, not just tired of the day. Turn the clock away from you. If you want a technique in bed, use the calm exhales or the shuffle, not as a challenge, just as something quiet to occupy the mind. And if you catch yourself wide awake and starting to try, get up. Dim room, boring book, warm lamp, back when sleepy. Then tomorrow morning, the same alarm as always, no matter how the night went. Run that for 2 weeks, and you are using every method that actually has evidence, and none of the ones that just have views. Here is what I want you to take from this. I do not want to give you hype. I want to give you what actually helps. And what helps is mostly the opposite of what goes viral. Expect 10 to 20 minutes, because that is what normal looks like. Stop treating sleep as a performance, because effort is the one thing guaranteed to backfire. Warm shower, dim light, bed only when sleepy, same wake time every day. The fastest way to fall asleep, it turns out, is to stop chasing it and let pressure and calm do the work they were built to do. If you want a clear, science-backed way to put all of this together, head to sleepmetricscience.com and download the free Deep Sleep Protocol. No pills, no supplements required, just the fundamentals the research genuinely supports. The link is in the description. Sleep better, recover smarter. I will see you in the next one.